Thanks so much, Sue, for the great ideas. Thornberry Cottage in Howard. All right, we've got another great idea for you. Go bold with your steak. And Angie Horkan is here from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Good to see you.
Good morning.
And you know, a lot of people don't think steak can be healthy, but that's not true.
No, it's not. We have so many lean cuts. There are actually 29 cuts of beef. And a lot are our favorites that we make and eat every day that have less total fat than a skinless chicken thigh. And they fall within USDA qualifications for lean and extra lean. So popular cuts like we're making today, filet, tenderloin roast and steak is one of the skinny 29. And the recipe we have today is a full meal. And it's got a whole grain in it, and it's got vegetables in it, and it's got a homemade pesto.
Love it.
So we're talking very nutritious. So if you're watching, counting the calories, and it fits very well into the new dietary guidelines because they say to consume foods that are high in nutrients and low in calories, and beef is naturally nutrient dense, and so are the other ingredients we're going to use today.
I love it. It's always too about portion control. I mean,
Yes.
my mom had it right years ago. We never got our own steak when we were growing up. She'd cut it up, and
Right.
and so you get all the good stuff about it. So it's all about that too. But I'm excited about this recipe. So beef tenderloin. So should
Beef
a little
tenderloin.
olive oil?
Yeah, a little olive
salt
oil.
and pepper.
And this is called 2 Steppin Tenderloin. So what we have 2 fillets.
Okay.
And like you said, serving size, when you're eating your protein, you want to remember about a 3-ounce, 4-ounce serving, and that's the serving of your palm or a deck of cards. So a nice tenderloin fillet sliced off fits that perfectly. So we have a nice hot griddle or saute pan, and we're just going to saute those for a couple minutes.
Okay. We'll get back to you guys later. All right.
And we have our oven preheated to 350 degrees. So that's the 2-step. We're going to start them in the skillet and finish them in the oven.
And I know a lot of chefs do that.
Yes.
Then they can move on to other things. So we're getting a quick sear on the outside.
And then a 350 degree oven. And a steak like this thick, about an inch, inch and a quarter, will be 13 to 18 minutes. And you want to watch your meat thermometer. And like you're searing it and then you're baking it. And they're going to be butter tender. They're going to be very
yum,
good.
yum, yum, yum. All right, let's talk about the sauce. I love a good sauce with my steak. I really do.
Yeah, we have a food processor, and we're going to make a homemade pesto to go with our tenderloin. So we're going to take about 2 cups of fresh spinach.
So we're not using basil for this. This is a spinach pesto.
Yeah.
And that's baby spinach or any kind of fresh spinach is so good for you.
About 2 tablespoons of sliced almonds.
That's a good substitution for pine nuts, which can be expensive.
Parmesan cheese, just shredded.
A little bit.
Shred it yourself if you get the chunk, or buy the shredded. And then 1 clove of garlic. We're just going to coarsely chop.
Okay. Because the food processor is going to do most of it. So real simple to make your homemade pesto. Even when you don't have basil in the garden, it's not the summer. Use spinach. We're using almonds, which are really good for you, instead of pine nuts. Little Parmesan. I noticed we didn't use a ton of it.
About 2 tablespoons.
Okay. And then when do you put the oil in?
So we just coarse chopped it, and then we're going to turn it on low. And we're going to put about 2 tablespoons. We'll watch it when it becomes a nice paste. It starts to stick together. Actually, this is a little bit crumblier than a regular basil, but
perfect.
Yeah.
Look at how bright and fresh that is. Love that.
Smell it.
So the garlic. That's going to go on top of our steak. So I'm going to get these steaks in the oven, and then I'm going to bring the steaks that we've got in the oven out. Now let's talk about a quick, last-minute, healthy side dish.
Yes, we have brown rice, and we're going to put a little bit of this pesto in our brown rice.
Okay, so here's our rice.
So we got brown rice finished, and we're going to add a little bit of the same spinach to the brown rice.
Okay, so this is the spinach goes in here?
About 1 cup.
Okay.
We're going to stir that into the hot rice, and then dried cherries.
I love that idea. And this is just ordinary boxed or the pre-done rice.
And I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of the pesto, a little flavor.
And this rice is already pretty warm, so that's going to kind of do its thing already. Oh, that pesto smells so good. Wow.
Put that on with the steak.
You bet. So steaks are done, and this is
a very nutritious meal. I mean, the protein in this meal compared to the calories is amazing. With our lean tenderloin.
Yum. I'm going to get a different set of tongs. This handle is hot because it came out of the oven. I almost got that. I did forget that. Okay, so here's our tenderloin. Let's put this all together. It's kind of gourmet, kind of fancy, but nice to do that during a weeknight sometimes. Come home to something different. Okay, so there goes our steak.
We're talking 30 minutes here. I'm going to plate a little rice. with the spinach and the cherries.
Yum. That's a great way to sneak a little bit of spinach into your kids, too.
Yeah.
Put it in with the rice and
a little bit of fresh pesto.
Ooh.
And
Yum.
very good, very delicious.
Ooh.
The Wisconsin Beef Council is actually partnered with the American Heart Association for the year. So we're going to try and bring a lot more very nutrient-dense, heart-healthy recipes that fit into heart-healthy lifestyles, which we're all trying to lead, especially us women. So great example of one of the recipes that we're going to show with the American Heart Association.
I love it. And
we're
you
excited.
know, I will eat healthy, no problem, but it can't be rice cakes. You know what I mean? It's got to be good. It's got to look good. I got to be full.
And we don't have 2-3 hours a night to cook.
Right.
We don't. So we want a nice, quick 30-minute meal that tastes good, that the kids are going to like, too. They're going to eat that steak. They're going to love it, and they'll be happy.
Yum. Now, Angie and the Beef Council, they'll be happy to send the recipes that we're doing out to you today. They'll also send a new little a pamphlet brochure that they have about eating heart healthy and the different lean cuts of beef. So when you're going to the grocery store, look for those.
Look for those, the popular ones. Even 95% lean ground beef, tenderloin, sirloin, top loin steak, flank steak. I
love flank steak.
Yes,
you know, I'm a big believer.
In there.
Yeah, love
it. And even the flat cut brisket. Some of those you don't think about are on there. And if you want to go to our website, beeftips.com, we got a great list right there.
And or they'll send it out to you for those of you who don't do the whole computer thing. So what's the number to call?
1-800-728-BEEF, which is 2333.
All right, I love that. I can't wait to have some of that pesto. What are we making next time?
A sweet and spicy boiled sirloin with a side dish of a quick cook barley with some vegetables in it, barley risotto.
Yum, a nice different side dish. I love it. All right,